Say as many quick cue words that you know. Go.
Quokka, quick,
Recovery.
quantum.
Hey, I've got a cue word for you. Quiet.
Quit. G'day, I'm Harry and welcome to the Loot Drop. Now, I've been getting really into deep dives lately, and along with getting way too familiar with the upkeep of cow hooves, I've also been reading up on ARGs. Just to be clear, I'm talking about alternate reality games, not augmented reality games. Alternate reality games are a game genre that blurs the line between fiction and reality, weaving clues and narrative threads into the real world to tell a story in a game. For example, a couple of years ago, Overwatch was teasing their new character Sombra, who was a cyberspace hacker. So, you know what Blizzard did? They hid a bunch of hexadecimal codes in heaps of stuff like trailers, developer update videos, and even in-game for players to find and try and solve. Augmented reality games use a camera to add game elements into the real world to, I guess, augment reality? Like Pokemon Go! The most popular alternate reality games like the Niantic Project, Cicada 3301 and Local 58 are all just big scavenger hunts, scouring the internet and sometimes even the real world for clues and a larger puzzle, and using the hive mind of a community to pull all those pieces together. I think it's a sick concept, but I do worry about the potential problems when you take players away from the safe realm of self-contained, very clearly fictional games or internet spooky stories. Jem, you give off like a I've gone into the forest looking for Slender Man vibes, right? What do you think about ARGs? Do you think they're way or not so much problematic for traditional games?
Well, first off, yes, I totally did that. More than once. Spoiler alert, didn't find him. So sad to report. Look, I'm a spooky gal who loves a spooky story, and I think that really is why I love ARGs. Because the hallmark of a good ARG is how well it doesn't come across like you're playing a game. Kind of like you said, the best ARGs have that perfect blend between reality and fiction. The Cursed Deck Builder Inscription, for instance, you love Inscription.
I love it.
I know. Had a whole section of its lore hidden behind an ARG, making players comb through program files for codes that had to be cracked.
Didn't the developer do this ARG where he buried a floppy disk into the ground, yeah, and then when you found it, he was hiding in the bushes and he'd come out and be like, leave it alone! Leave it alone!
It was weird he could do it from all over the globe, too.
Yeah.
I love that. Going back a bit further even, actually speaking of which, this kind of ties in quite well, because in 2016, the series creator for the animated series Gravity Falls held a short-lived ARG kind of scavenger hunt where players had to track down a statue of the show's main antagonist, Phil Cypher, by decrypting and following clues that were scattered all over the USA. Now, I would have loved to have been part of that. I love stuff like that.
States of America.
But yeah, on the flip side, you are right. ARGs do present a unique problem in that you're putting your faith in other people to A, remember this isn't real, and B, not risk their own or other people's safety, trying to crack the case. For instance, during 42 Entertainment's I Love Bees ARG in 2004, which, fun fact, was hidden in a Halo 2 trailer, one of its puzzles ended up sending players all over the US to payphone coordinates to await a call at an exact date and time. Very good, Harry. During one of said calls, a player in Florida was ready and waiting by the phone, dedicated to the end, while Hurricane Francis was literally minutes away from hitting.
Danger.
I know. More recently though, Matt Pat of the Game Theorist fame had to issue an apology and a plea to his fan base to stop engaging in a potential Five Nights at Freddy's ARG that he'd theorized on back in 2022. To make a long story short, a bunch of businesses in Utah were harassed over the phone with questions from clue hunting fans. To be a fly on the wall when a nice, well-meaning restaurant owner picked up the phone one day and was just bombarded with, "Was that the bite of 87?
What does that even mean?
I know. What I'm saying is that, yeah, there is definitely the potential for harm if game makers don't exercise caution and players don't, exercise common sense. But I'd argue that's more about personal responsibility than laying blame on ARGs specifically, though. When they're done right, they can be super fun. They're great learning tools and community builders, because nothing gets people rallying together like a good mystery or hunting Slender Man in the woods.
Jem, I've finished hiding those QR codes around the ABC. So people have to, put the scanner, get the thing.
super not allowed to do that. Yeah.
You scavenged?
Harry, Jem, come in. We've been having some complaints from people around the office. There's been some graffiti found. Can you explain what these are?
Ooh, a mysterious QR code. Maybe you should scan it. It could be a clue.
Harry, I expected this from you, but Gemma, we are here to do actual work, not do whatever. What is this?
Well, maybe if you scan this with a camera, you'll be able to find the clues.
To solve the greatest ARG mystery you've ever
We are not doing a mystery. We are not doing an ARG. People are here to do work.
Here to do work.
I think we have a case here, Watson.
You are not Sherlock and Watson.
I think he has a point, Watson.
Interesting. Two Watsons. A mystery. It's no, I'm not doing this. We are not doing this. If you do not clean this up and stop this, you're both out of here.
Oh, we're fired, are we? It's an interesting choice of words. I wonder what'll happen if I put the word fired into a binary translator.
I didn't say fired, I said out of here.
Ha! So you admit, there is a clue here. This is all a big game, isn't it?
Out of here, out of here, out of here. Both of you. Out. And I want to make it clear, you're both fired. Yes. Fired. Yeah.
Now it's time for my favourite segment where we can use
too small to elaborate on, but too big to ignore.
It's Barely News! Annapurna Interactive had a showcase, and my pick for the showcase was Cocoon. It's by Jeff Carlson, who was the lead designer of Inside and Limbo, and it's coming out 29th of September. And there's a new Blade Runner game coming out. Look at it. Look at it. It's called Blade Runner 2033 Labyrinth. Sorry, the full name, Blade Runner 2033 Labyrinth. It's Barely News!
Ubisoft has announced Champions Tactics, a Web3 blockchain game.
It will come out on the Volume 1.
NFT suck. Barely News!
Niantic, the developers of Pokemon Go, have let go of 230 staff and also cancelled their Marvel game.
Sam, what was it called?
Marvel World of Heroes.
Yeah, you
It's
nailed it.
called
If your dolphin fans sent this one in, YouTube channel No Clip has found and is archiving hundreds of VHS tapes full of old trailers, previews, interviews, documentaries, and more, which is a huge win for video game history. And a huge bit of early news. Do you have to do more takes? That's the loot drop coming out this week is...
Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals. I'm so excited. Coming to PlayStation, Switch, and PC.
And Exo Primal on PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC. Hey, I want to say thank you to all our followers and subscribers to our YouTube and TikTok. We've got regular content coming every day, every week. Also, this week, we're going to stream with Hex.
She's back. She came back for a second time.
Check
play
it
some
out.
games.
Check it out. Hex, a decimal, maybe it's a clue, maybe a couple of QR codes.
Scan the QR code. We're serious.
Scat around. Scan it.
What does QR stand for?
Quick recovery.
Oh, wait, Harry, you do the action and I'll do the noise. Ready?
Scan the code.
Oh yeah, scan the code. Like, I'm not being subtle about this.
Cut!
Wait.
On this week's ABC Gamer giveaway, you can win Dance Cheers!